provides an opportunity for men in our community to show their commitment to working together with women to end gender violence. It demonstrates that men are willing and able to be courageous partners with women in making the world a safer place. Having men wear women's shoes at this event is an opportunity for them to acknowledge the path women walk each day. That women must be constantly vigilant about the potential of being assaulted when they're on the street or in a dark parking lot, or for some, in their own homes. The intention is not to mock women who wear high heels or to glorify masculinity. It is not a statement that only women wear high heels. To the contrary, we strongly affirm the right of all people to not conform to gender stereotypes. It also isn't meant to imply that only women are victims of domestic and sexual violence, because these issues can affect anyone regardless of gender. But we know we need to speak out about the sexism and objectification of women that are at the root of domestic and sexual violence. And we know we need to move beyond the risk reduction messages that have been focused on victims and put the responsibility to end this violence where it belongs, on the perpetrators and on the culture that accepts this type of violence as inevitable.
We join in this walk this morning with a pledge to take action to end domestic violence, rape, sexual assault, and all forms of gender violence. Your presence and participation in this walk give us hope for a future free of gender violence. Together, we can and we will accomplish this goal for Westmoreland County and beyond.
Recognize that violence against women flourishes in communities where women are not valued as equal partners. Therefore, I will listen with a careful ear to issues related to women, to address decisions or policies that don't promote equality and respect. And I will use my public voice to support community and countywide actions that promote equality and respect for women.
Folks, there is no place in Westmoreland County for sexual, gender, violence of any sort. Whether it's against women, whether it's against someone in the LGBT community, whether it's anyone who you might think is beneath you. We're better when we're together. We're better when there's respect for everybody. And that's why I think it's important. Every year I make it a point to bring my boys here. We owe owe it to ourselves to make sure we're teaching our sons the right thing. We know that if we teach them the right lessons about gender and sexual violence and treat people with respect, we know we'll have better men. We know we'll have better families, and we know we'll have a stronger and safer and better community.
Last year's Seton Hill football team made a commitment to the following pledge: to have the courage to look inwards, and I will question my own attitudes and try hard to understand how my own attitudes and actions might inadvertently perpetrate sexism and violence, and work hard towards changing them. In support of that, Seton Hill football team committed itself by agreeing not only to our pledge point here at Walk a Mile, but to go a little bit further. Last spring, the Seton Hill football team was proud to announce its commitment to the it'sonus.org pledge, as well as to present our very own version of the It's On Us video, which you can find online, which speaks to end sexual assault. On top of that, this past fall, on September 26, 2015, Seton Hill University football hosted its official domestic violence awareness football game.
I made a commitment to the following pledge point: to recognize and speak out against homophobia. Discrimination and violence against lesbians and gays are wrong in and of themselves. This abuse has direct links to sexism. In support of that pledge last year, I took the message to the Palace Theater. Each year I host a production that includes more than 750 high school students from 17 different Westmoreland County school districts, 1,400 people in the building. And I continued the pledge, and the message was sent last year. I will continue to make the pledge against sexual and domestic violence every year from this year on for as long as I am able. As I lead you in the 10 things men can do to end gender violence. So please join with me. I will do the intro. I join Blackburn Center's mission to end gender violence by pledging to everyone: approach gender violence as a men's issue involving men of all ages, socioeconomic, racial, and ethnic backgrounds. I pledge to not look the other way if another man is abusing his partner, or disrespectful or abusive to women and girls in general. I will urge him to seek help. If I am not sure what to say, I will consult a friend, parent, professor, or counselor. Loud and clear, I will not remain silent. Have the courage to look inward. I will question my own attitudes and try hard to understand how my own attitudes and actions might inadvertently perpetrate sexism and violence, and work hard toward changing them. Gently ask if I can help if I think that a woman close to me is being abused or has been sexually assaulted. Seek professional help now if I am or have ever been emotionally, psychologically, physically, or sexually abusive to women. Be an ally to women who are working to end all forms of gender violence. Recognize and speak out against homophobia, discrimination, and violence against lesbians and gays are wrong in and of themselves. This abuse has direct links to sexism. I pledge to educate myself and others about gender inequality, the root causes of gender violence, and how larger social forces affect the conflicts between individual men and women. Protest sexism in the media. I will refuse to purchase magazines, films, or music that portray women in a sexually degrading or abusive manner. And the last one, mentor and teach young boys about how to be men in ways that don't involve degrading or abusing girls and women. I will lead by example. One last time, everyone, I will not remain silent.